Hi, Cancer. Welcome. Woo. Cancer, this is going to be your reading. You already got a card out. I'm going to start with the spiritual general messages, and then we're going to go into the you versus them love reading. My readings are timeless, so I just trust that whenever you find this, that's when it's for you. So let's get into it, because when I was meditating, before I started the video, I was getting a lyric from a Bruno Mars song where he says, "You deserve it, baby. You deserve it all." And I can't remember the name of the song off the top of my head, but I'm sure some of you know it. But yeah, you deserve it. You deserve it. I don't know if you needed to hear that. And I mean that in a positive way, not like you deserved it. You know what I mean? I mean like you deserve it all. You are worthy. That type of vibe. And then I was also getting messages around, encouragement coming through, Cancer, to see the potentials as opposed to the pitfalls. Because I feel like there's a lot of potential here, like seeds being planted, if you will, that have a lot of potential for growth and development as we go into 2025. And they also highlighted the springtime for you, which is interesting because I also got that message for Taurus. If you're connecting with Taurus or you have that in your chart, definitely check out their reading. But let's get into it. You have the card of Pluto. I also got this for Aquarius, could be connecting with them. It's a Scorpio energy as well. But this is just talking about renewing your inner resources. And sometimes Pluto can be a very erratic planet, but we might as well get used to it, right? I feel like just as a collective in general, we're going to be coming up on some challenging times, but also it'll be a great opportunity to get rid of what's not working anymore and level set and maybe bring in new ways of thinking, new ways of living, etc. This is not just for my Cancerians either. This is for all the collective. But for some of you, it's, during this time frame, it'll be kind of like setting the stage, right? It's all about taking back your personal power and the natural process of evolution, change, endings, new beginnings, death, rebirth. This is intense. It's a deep cycle, right? Karmically speaking as well. So let's get into it and see. I want to get some Osho Zen cards out. See what else does Cancer need to know. Because you deserve it, baby. You deserve it. Oh, there's that song again. Okay, so let's get some cards out. You have the card of guilt. Interesting. The card of understanding. And then we are the world in abundance. So this is a really interesting card combo. This is about, giving yourself a little bit more understanding, especially when it comes to things that you feel responsible for or guilty about in a negative way. Like say if you've had a negative outcome in a situation or in your life, blaming yourself, that doesn't really improve the situation. It just makes you feel horrible, all along the way. Blaming other people, not much better, right? It seems like it serves a purpose to be hard on ourselves or to be super critical, but it actually just, pulls you out of alignment and kind of steals you from your own personal power. It also makes you feel like crap, which, we can't get anything accomplished when you don't feel good, right? So feeling good is key. Forgiving yourself, letting go of any guilt or blame or remorse or any of that you have going on, and reaching this higher understanding of empathy and love, not just for others, but most importantly for yourself, Cancer. That's a gift you give yourself, right? And I was going to post, I haven't got a chance to yet, but I was going to post the emotional scale on my Facebook. It's kind of what Abraham Hicks bases her teachings on. It's also called the vortex. I don't know if you follow Abraham Hicks at all, but it's it's where emotions rank versus their frequency, so that you could literally see, right? Like there's a difference in frequency, meaning how something vibrates in the consciousness of anger versus in the consciousness of joy. It's a different frequency, like a different radio dial, right? And so when you're dialed into those lower frequencies for too long, right? When you beat that drum of those lower frequencies for too long, it actually begins to deteriorate the quality of your life, your mental and emotional well-being, but also your physical well-being. And one of the emotions at the lowest part of that scale was guilt. Believe that or not. Isn't that interesting? So all the better reason to release that, right? And I won't go into all of the rest of it, but if you follow me on Facebook, check it out. I'm going to post it there. But you also have the card of we are all connected and abundance. So it's funny that I started the reading with like this collective message, you know, for what's in store for all of us, not just over the next year, over the next decade, because we're all connected to each other, right? But also this talks about, you know, freedom, happiness, joy, money, of course, but, you know, abundance is way more than just money. Love, all of those higher vibrational type of emotions being available to you and connected to you at all times. Also, those who are connected to you, communities, families, groups, things of that nature, are also being highlighted as a positive outlet for you during this time frame. So let's get into it a little bit deeper and see what else for Cancer. I can't get away from that song. The Hermit, the Knight of Wands, and the Hangman. What's the Hangman about? Yeah, now some of you, because to me, the Hermit is like a spiritual awakening type of energy, right? It's kind of figuring yourself out and maybe kind of going in and out of that energy. You know, I feel like there's something occurring here, though, that's helping you get like a different perspective on life or on a situation. And there's also this very self-sufficient, like independent type of energy showing up. So some of you quite literally, you know, are maybe going back and forth or in and out about announcing your freedom. I don't know why I said announcing, but it has something to do with like claiming, maybe that's a better word, but take it as it resonates. Claiming your self-independence, your self-authenticity, being who you want to be, not letting other people dictate that or tell you who to be or to try and fit into their norms or to even be acceptable. But this is about just like truly honoring how you feel and what's best for you, and kind of going down that pathway of discovery of self. And it's a deep, you know, this isn't like a mundane message at all. This is a very deep spiritual time, I feel, for my Cancerians. So let's go a little bit further then. Ten of Swords. It came out in the reverse though. Yeah, I feel like there's something too here that you're just over. Like you're just over it. You know what I mean? If you've been hurt, if you've been betrayed, if something has ended, you know, and maybe you were holding on to it, I feel you actually releasing that, letting go of that, like having the strength, the courage to just literally get over it, you know? Which, bravo, good for you. Because I feel like, Cancer, you've been through a lot, right? And it's your time to shine. It's your time for victory. And as I say that, you know, you have the card of victory here. Some of you may be, I'm getting the word emancipation, so you may be, and that could mean a lot of things. I mean, there's the traditional term of emancipation, but you could be freeing yourself literally from social norms, relationships, or a relationship that doesn't serve you anymore. I get this sense of like, I've had it, and or you've had enough of something, and then like freeing yourself from it. It could also be a habit or a behavior or a job or, you know, whatever. Like, there's a lot of you out there, but I get a sense of there being a major change or disruption into your belief structures, but also what you're committed to. Some of you, a relationship, there may be some major changes or endings going on there. But what's interesting is, like, this is taking you courage, right? Like, to have the strength to believe in yourself and your abilities to, like, overcome, because this is the card of overcoming something. And for some of you, that means taking drastic measures. I don't know what that means, but that's what I got. For others of you, this will be more of like a minor change. But I actually feel like if you haven't had the strength to make some sort of change in your life in the past, and you've guilted yourself over that, I don't know why you would do that, but, or you've ruminated over that, then this is like opening up an opportunity for you to have the strength to do it different, or to change something, or to move away from something that's really no longer serving you. And it's about self-empowerment. And that's funny too, because I got that in the Aries reading as well. 7 of Cups. And there's that song again, because you deserve it, baby. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot. This is a healing period. This is about healing things that have wounded you, that have hurt you, that have confused you. If there have been veils being placed, you know, that is going to be lifting, right? So if you were maybe not seeing the truth of something or someone, and there was hurt around that, I feel like there is healing here coming in for you. This is talking about healing emotionally, but it also talks about healing physically, because your emotions are directly tied to your physical apparatus. You know, we're all connected, right? Mind, body, soul. That's the Holy Trinity that they're really talking about. Your thoughts and your emotions and your physicalness is all connected. And so what is the fastest way to heal oneself? It is through the mind, right? And even Jesus spoke of that. Like, the cure that you're looking for is inside of you, okay? And that's quite literally what he meant by that. So in order for you to exercise your ability to heal oneself, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, or physically, you first have to understand the power of the way that you think, and then recognize what thoughts create negative responses in your body, meaning negative emotion, stress, tension, things of that nature, and what thought patterns create positive sensations in your body, such as like happiness, joy, hope, you know what I mean? And if you look at, again, that emotional scale that I was referencing earlier, you can see that vitality is connected to the higher level emotions, and the higher level emotions are as I just described, right? So the more often, right, you're in that higher level space, and nobody's going to always be in a high vibrating space, but the more often you are and the more practiced you are, the more vitality you get, right? Like, the more energy you have, the more pep in your step you have, the better ideas you have. So it's like almost quite literally learning how to be and think the way that you want to intentionally, right? In order to get the intentional manifestation and outcome that you're looking for. But this is all within your control, Cancer. And, you know, I think that's really empowering to know, to truly, truly know that there is no source outside of you that is dictating things in your personal experience. It is all emanating from you, right? Via the vibration that you are offering. So this is about quite literally getting back on the horse, empowering yourself, feeling that strength, you know, letting go of things that don't serve you anymore, including thought structures or beliefs that hold you back. But also, I'm seeing in particular, if you've had trouble letting go or breaking away from a connection, okay, or some sort of relationship dynamic, this is the time period where I feel there is going to be progress there, or some sort of change in that situation. And yeah, you know, it never feels good to end anything, even if we know it's what's best for us. So there could be emotional pain around that, and that's all right, because in due time that will heal. And, you know, sometimes we be holding on to things that are actually killing us, thinking that if we let go, we'll never be the same. But it's like drinking poison and then wondering why you're getting sick. You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm going into this. I'm like, sorry, I don't mean to be messing with my cards too. When I get channeling messages, I just kind of go off into my own world. But there was like, yeah, I just got a sense of like, being all right with letting yourself change, as painful as it may feel or seem. I feel like it's time. I'll leave it like that. Okay, so let's see what the guidance is. There's that song again. You deserve it, baby, you deserve it. And I'm gonna give it to you. I don't know. I'm like in La La Land today. Hello. Okay. Card number 4. Every relationship I establish is eternal. Because you're eternal. But let's see what it says. It is our desire that you come to remember that every relationship is eternal. And that once it has been established as part of your life and part of your vibrational makeup, that in your powerful now, where all that you have become converges with all that you are now becoming, you hold the power to create. And so your observation of a situation, whether it's a wanted or unwanted, no matter how remote you believe yourself to be, you're still a co-creative partner of this eternal experience. Kind of deep right there. Card number 4, the 4th house, which that's the house of Cancer. Very interesting. Okay. Very demure. Very classy. Sorry. Okay, now we're going to go to the love reading and see what else we have coming through. And stay right there. I'm going to clear these cards and I'll be right back. Welcome back. All right, now we're going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind that it is a general reading, so don't force it if it don't fit. Also, you can reverse the roles. Also, yeah, it's usually going to be about an intimate partner, sometimes an ex, but it could also be about your neighbor, your friend, your family member, your coworker. Keep an open mind, right? But let's go ahead and get into it. And see, you have the card of traveling as your overall energy. Quite literally, could be traveling, and or it could signify that there's some sort of distance, whether it be emotional or physical, with this person. And then they have flowering and moment to moment. So this is about like them kind of coming into their own. It also talks about patience and taking care of yourself and just kind of taking it one day at a time. So let's get into it and see. I'm going to look at what led up to the past. What led up to the past? The past. And what led up to the now. And then how you're both perceiving each other. How you both feel underneath it all. And most likely outcome. So let's see. Recent past for my Cancers. I can't get away from that song. Y'all, I can't get away from that song. Okay, the Magician. Five of Wands. And the Strength. Why the 5 of Wands? What was that about? Some of you may have had, you know, a disagreement or conflict, or differing opinions, if nothing else, with this person in the past. Or maybe just like in general, you've felt very conflicted recently. And yet you kind of have a hand in it. You kind of have a part in it. And I know most people don't want to hear that, right? But because everything is connected to you and responding to you, there is nothing happening to you that you're also not somehow partically a part of. If that makes sense. And I get the term bullheaded, so I feel, goodness, like some stubborn energy showing up that could be coming from you or the person you are connecting with, or just having a really strong opinion, right, about what you believe is the right thing to do or the right direction to go. And yeah, I feel conflict here, okay? And this is showing up again in the past. It's coming from a very strong, like opinionated type of energy. And I feel that's you, Cancer, but it could be the person that you are connecting with. Or just like in general, it doesn't even have to be this person. You may be running into that type of vibe or energy around you. So anyways, let's see. What is their recent past? The Moon, the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. So I feel like this person I have a song coming through. Hold on. It's like an old 80s song. I don't know the name of it. But the lyric is "Go deep." At least that's the only part of that I'm picking up. So anyways, their feelings may go very deep for you, Cancer, or they just might be a very deep or emotional person in general when it comes to love. And I feel like the sky is the limit here, or at least that's how this person sees it. But then at the same time, they have the Eight of Swords, which is feeling like holding back or like restricting themselves. It's really interesting to me. Like, if you look at the depiction here as well, it's like this person's like reaching for, you know, their potential or what they're wanting, and then yet restricting themselves at the same time, or feeling like they can't have maybe what they want. And that could be it as well. Or that they don't know how to get what they want, possibly. So let's go deeper. Let's go into the now. How do you, Cancer, see this person? What do they think about this person? There's the Hermit that showed up in the spiritual reading, Queen of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. You know, I feel like I'm getting that again. Feelings run deep. I cannot get away from that. I don't know if it's coming from you or from them. Like, there's something that runs deep here. Okay, it's also kind of awakening something inside of you as well. And it has to deal with what your worthiness factor is, or how worthy you feel about yourself, which is funny because that Bruno Mars song keeps wanting to come through, and it's about deservedness, you know, and kind of like knowing what you deserve. And then the Six of Swords is like kind of moving out of rocky waters into a more resolute place. So I feel like some of you have had to really go deep here when it comes to this connection, and figure some things about yourself out as well in order for you to be able to get to calmer waters, so to speak. So let's see this person and how they see you. What do I think about you? The Seven of Cups, Four of Wands. I feel you being ready for calmer waters. I already said that. Why am I repeating myself? Anyways, Seven of Cups, Four of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. You know, this person may have a hard time kind of deciding what it is that they want, which is interesting because it's very obvious, you know, like, maybe, but maybe not to this person, okay? I feel like this person wants a relationship or a union that feels fun and exciting, and like there's a friendship component to it, and yet somebody they can lay down at night with. and rely on and be loyal to and have stability, right? With the Ten of Pentacles. And certainly this could be how they feel about you. It is showing up in their perception. But it could also be like their ideal, you know, idea of what a relationship is. I don't know if there's uncertainty though showing up, okay, around the connection. So I don't know if this person is uncertain how to go about that or how to get that, or if that's with you or not with you. I'm not sure, but there is some uncertainty here. So let's see what that's about. Go deeper. Let's go into the heart space. How does Cancer feel? How do you feel about this person underneath it all? Four of Pentacles. You're keeping something to yourself, really. Oh, you got plans. You got plans you're keeping to yourself, or they do. Something about that. King of Cups, the Fool. Who is masking their emotions? Is it you or is it them? I'm going to keep pausing, but I'm getting a lot of different things. So I feel like there's a hidden expression, a hidden expression, or a subdued expression of emotion. Like you're holding something back. That's what I feel. Okay. It's in regards to like starting fresh and putting an end to something. Could be the connection. Could just be in general, like, you know, you're contemplating a change that will create some sort of ending. Oh, and you feel guilty about it. Why? Why would you feel guilty about that? Why would you feel guilty about doing what's best for you? Well, if it hurts somebody else, obviously. Understandable. But that doesn't mean it's not the right thing to do for you. You know, and that's where schools of thought get really mixed up. Should you do what's always best for everyone else and you suffer so that they can be content? And some would say, yes, that's selfless. That's honorable. And the people that are telling you, hey, give up on your desires so that I can have mine, are selfish. So if they're being selfish, why would you feel bad about doing the same? Ooh, think about that. Oh, I could go on and on and on about that, but I'm not going to. So let me get you to the quick, sorry. Doing what's best for you is always what's best for you. No matter how much you try and tiptoe or change yourself or mold yourself so that everybody else feels good, right? You're still going to have to make decisions at the end of the day based on solely how you feel. Because not everybody's going to agree with you, but they don't have to. And that's kind of not their job, right? Not your job either. Like, your job is to figure out what would be best for you in the long run, in the outcome. Consider yourself first, right? Let's see this person's emotional space. And the Star. So anyways, sorry, I got deep. Okay, I feel like this person, they're kind of in a more detached state. They're coming at this from a more logical, like what makes sense kind of viewpoint. And it's a bit closed off, and it's a bit bullheaded or stubborn, and I felt that earlier. But there is a wish or a desire that they have here that they're not that I was gonna say that they're not able to attain, but there's a correction to that. They can attain it, they just don't believe it. But you get what you believe in, right? Whether you want it or not. So I feel like, you know, this person knows exactly what it is that they're wanting, and they have all the tools to manifest it, but they also get stuck in the Nine of Swords a lot, which is like doubting yourself, doubting your worth, stressing, you know, getting caught up in like petty shit, and, you know, it really impacting your vibration, or their vibration, I should say. Like, I feel like this person has this idea that if they like shut down their emotions, they're going to figure it out or find the pathway. I wouldn't be surprised if this is an air sign. It doesn't have to be. But it's like you can't shut off your emotional guidance system, because that's how you receive guidance. So it's not about shutting off the emotion as so much as it's about understanding what it means, you know, and allowing yourself to feel all the feels, and then take it as feedback, and it will guide you. Like, literally, your emotions are your best friend. They are guiding you. And I feel like there's an emotional detachment here, almost like an aloofness, where this person just wants to shut off the emotion and just strictly be objective or logical or intellectual. And it's like, it's got to be a little bit of the both. It's got to be a little bit of the both. At the same time, I do want to say, I feel like if this person has their mind set on something, or their eyes on the prize, they are steadfast enough and maybe stubborn enough that they will eventually achieve it. So it's not a never, it's just a when type of situation, right? So let's see. What is the most likely outcome, which of course can be changed with free will. Page of Swords. High Priestess. Oh, that's too many. Yeah, some of you have been praying for justice or peace or balance within this connection, or within your life in general. And, you know, yeah, there's this very like doubtful type of vibe showing up that kind of holds you back in a way. I feel like intuitively you are naturally going to know, though, what is the best direction for yourself, and listen to that, especially when it comes to relationships or this connection. I do feel things are balancing out, though, karmically speaking, and I do feel balance being brought energetically to the connection. So everything always sorts itself out, guys. We make too much of this. We overthink things. We overanalyze things. And sometimes you just got to let it play out. Let it play out. Check in with yourself. How do I feel? How do I feel? How do I feel? And take note. Let's see what this person's most likely outcome is, which of course can be changed with free will. Two of Cups. They feel drained right now by the connection or by the relationship, or maybe just in general, but it's impacting, I feel, the connection. And it's coming from a place of like not believing in themselves, literally, or their talents or what they're capable of, or they get in their own way a lot with their mind. But I feel like this person prioritizing getting more rest or more peace, or at least that's what they need to prioritize to help them piece it together, if you will. Soulmate connection showing up though, by the way, so there is karma around the connection. And I feel like there's also a moving away, okay, from this lower draining energy, or at least that's what they're desiring for. They're desiring for a clean slate and for things to lift for themselves as well. So let's see what the guidance is. It says card number 49, our opinions about our children can influence their behavior. The more you see things in your child that you do not want to see, and this also goes for your partner, the more of it you'll see. And so the behavior that you elicit from anyone is more about you than it is about them. This is actually true of all relationships, but since you think about your child and or partner more than you do of most other types of relationships, your opinion plays a much greater role in the behavior and the outcome. Ooh, that's a good one. Card number 49. Whew, we're going to leave it there for now. Deep reading. Zodiac signs you may be connecting with or have in your own birth chart. I have here Aries, Aquarius, Pisces, Leo, Libra, Gemini, Aries again, Virgo, Aries again, Scorpio. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing. Keep in mind it is a general read, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. I got a lot of new subscribers lately, 12,000 to be exact. And welcome. If you're new to me, make sure you subscribe as well so you don't miss out on any future content. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram, same name on both accounts, but also linked in the description and in the About section. Otherwise, wishing you the very best, and until next time, my friends. Namaste.